The coffee thing it's hot drinks Mormons aren't allowed to have. Do you know that?
Oh, it's all hot drinks? They can't have hot chocolate either?
Oh, they can have hot chocolate, but the way that it's written in the scripture or whatever is like hot drinks that make you excited or something.
Stop.
And they've given that to coffee and like tea. But he can drink a Red Bull. He can microwave a Red Bull, and that's fine. That's like he's still getting into heaven.
It would not be fine.
It would not be fine.
That would be terrible.
I wanted my petty story to be like, I'm actively trying to get my Mormon friend to go to Mormon hell.
To get back at him for what, though?
For what? Nothing, really.
Just for being Mormon.
Just for being Mormon. He told me that, we're going to get to the show, we promise, that Mormon heaven, there's like 3 tiers of it. The lowest tier, like Hitler's there. Genghis Khan is there. Like,
Hitler is not in Mormon heaven.
Mormon heaven, by like, you don't get to go to the top, the best heaven.
Where there's tatas
Where there's tatas all day long, and you can have 1,000,000 wives. And there's second heaven, which is for people that are like normal good people. Third heaven, which is for like everyone that is not a good person, but they get to go to heaven. The only way to go to Mormon hell is if you are somebody that knows the truth, somebody that like knows the Mormon faith and believes in the Mormon faith, and actively puts effort into dissuading other people from believing it, even though you yourself know it's the truth.
That feels like, then why would he bother following all these rules?
I know. And
Who cares?
Also, there's not a single person on earth that's like, thinks with their whole heart that the Mormon belief is the way to go. Yeah. Then it's like, but I'm going to get all these people to not think it.
They don't.
Your hell is empty. Your hell, it doesn't exist, and you filled heaven with Hitlers. You got 8 Hitlers in your heaven.
That's so...
He told me I would go to heaven. I would go to Mormon heaven, even though I'm like...
Maybe that was like if you were Mormon. I don't think you can get into Mormon heaven if you're not Mormon. That's why they tried to convert...
Oh, the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
That's a whole other...
I know.
He's like, they were trying to help. I was like, imagine being you died in the Holocaust, and then you are in the same tier of heaven as Hitler.
Yeah, right.
Like, that can't be right.
You again! Oh! Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of Talk Petty to Me, with your host, Jamie Bliss.
And Joey Bragg.
So
explain what petty means to you.
Petty is, as defined by the Merriam-Webster dictionary.
What do you think her name was?
Marion? Isn't it?
Miriam?
Is it Miriam?
It's not Marianne.
Is her first name?
Miriam, the Merriam-Webster.
Is her full name Merriam-Webster?
I think Merriam-Webster is a hyphenated last name.
I thought it was 2 people. I thought it was like John Merriam and Daniel Webster.
Maybe, but either way
it's men.
Miriam.
Either way, it's God.
It's obviously men, but it's not Marion.
Petty is getting revenge on somebody with an act that is, for the most part, just like slightly inconveniencing.
Yes.
Yeah. Very mundane revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very succinct explanation.
It's my turn for my petty story this week.
I know.
Right?
We're waiting for you.
My petty story is like...
You've had one episode and it was also you.
I know. That's what I was going to say.
It's my turn.
Are you going to get to do whatever?
I'll do one.
In defining petty, when you asked me to, I maybe realized that this isn't necessarily petty of me. But I lived with a girl for 9 years. I had a girlfriend of 9 years, and we broke up because she's the worst. And didn't know for 9 years. It was like, oh, maybe turns out she's the worst. Yeah. Okay. There's been a bunch of things, because when you're with somebody for so long and you're living with somebody, there's like a lot of, like, for some reason, even though I've talked to LAW, DWP, when I get a letter for my electric bill, like, her name is on it.
Still?
And she'd never lived here.
Oh.
Like, we've never lived together.
That's weird.
It's been like 3 years. It's very weird. But like things like that happen every once in a while. Just like overlap. Like I'll get like she'll sign into like a Peacock account or whatever. And I'm just like very petty. And will always like change my password. Or one time I saw that she was using my Spotify. And so I
3 years later?
3 years later. Like a week ago, I got an email from USAA.
Oh, okay.
And USAA is my former car insurance. So I don't have USAA anymore.
Okay.
But I got an email that it was like, hey, your claim has been filed. And then I was like, what? And I look at it, and my ex-girlfriend is on my USAA account that no longer exists. And so I saw that because I read the claims, I opened the email because I was like, what the is this? She drove away from a gas station without unplugging the gas station thing and yanked
tore it out.
Tore it out, which is like the stupidest.
Is she making insurance pay for it?
And insurance in the claim is like, this is 100% your fault.
I'm shocked she could even file that as a claim. Nothing happened to her.
Yeah, right. And also, nothing happened. Like all you did is tell your insurance that you did something for them to raise your. Like, it's the stupidest thing to do.
Yeah.
Because literally, it's on a thing at the gas station. It's like you pay $800. I've done it before. You have to just.
Have?
My dad did it when I was in the car with him. I've never done it, but you have to just you can just give them money, and then it's over. But I got that email. I decided that the right thing to do with this is to let her know, send her a text, and be like, by the way, I got this. I'm pretty sure it's on my USAA account, which I don't have anymore.
Yeah.
So you made a claim with an insurance provider that isn't your insurance provider. And if they catch wind, or if you make a claim on an insurance provider that you thought you've had and you haven't had it, it's fraud. And it's also, you've been driving without car insurance for these last 2 years.
How does she not know
I don't know.
that? And
so my petty story for the week is that I have done nothing about it.
You didn't message her.
I didn't message her at all. Because and this is what I'm saying,
How long ago was this?
In the 2 weeks ago.
So she could be in jail.
And there's a part of me that was saying petty because you were define petty, and I was like, a sort of no big deal revenge. Something I can't remember how I said it.
Kind of a big deal.
This is legitimate
kind of a really
revenge.
big deal. Wait, I just have so many administrative questions. Because you have to have your insurance account number.
Yeah, right?
How does that even?
I don't know. Maybe at one point her car, and she still has that old insurance card that I'm sure has expired.
And you called and canceled it
years ago.
And Hundo P they were like, great, this is done.
Yeah,
you have confirmation that it was totally closed.
Yeah, I mean, I assume, but now that you say that, maybe that's not the case. But no, I did.
I know. I just don't want you to get in trouble for insurance fraud because she put your name on the claim.
I think her name is the one on the claim. My name is the one on the insurance. That it's my insurance that she was a spouse.
You might want to call
USAA.
Yeah. Don't call her.
Yeah.
Let her go to jail.
Go to jail. Yeah.
Not our problem.
I'd rather her just go to jail than we have to touch her.
And she should. Because that's also insurance fraud. So you can still get back at her.
Yeah.
You should just make sure that she's not
That's a good idea.
using your name. That seems very weird.
It is weird, right?
Yeah, that's very bizarre.
And kind of maybe not petty now that I say it out loud. Maybe just legitimate revenge.
Yeah, it's a little extreme. It depends on how much she wronged you.
Yeah.
Because as long as this is still less than what she did.
I think so. I actively try and be the bigger person in a lot of things and try and take the high road, and I'm a genius. And I did that so much.
Yeah.
And this is a final test, I feel like. I said it on stage yesterday where I was I have no idea how much. I know I know more than I let on. I think it's funny to be I have no idea how much money I have, but also I realistically have very little idea if I'm going to be okay in the next 6 months.
And that's why he's on Cameo.
And that's why I'm on
if you would like to pay.
I want my feet.
Are you selling feet on Cameo?
No.
Oh.
I went the one
I'm
time.
on funwithfeet.com.
Yeah, how much you made?
Well, nothing yet.
I'm in the red.
People are charging me.
Yeah, charging you. Can you get your feet off my feet, please?
My friend Sasha and I are doing it together.
That's fun.
Ebony and Ivory.
Yeah. ChatGPT's writing copyright. And you're ugh, I guess I'll squish peanut butter between my toes with my friend.
Do you want to do the Hawk Tuah one?
Why are you saying it like that?
How do you say it?
You say it just like that. Don't change. Hawk Tuah? You think she's a French philosopher? Yeah, Hawk Tuah. Hawk Tuah. Do you want to do the Hawk Tuah one?
How do you pronounce the movie B-O-R-A-T?
B-O-R... Borat. How do you pronounce it? Borat?
Borat. But everyone makes fun of me and I don't know how to fix it.
Just change the way you say it.
I don't hear
Borat. Borat? That movie with that funny foreigner Borat?
I don't hear what you're hearing.
Haley Welch, the Hawk Tuah girl,
released
a meme coin. What they did was they created this Hawk Tuah coin, sold it to everybody, and then when it was at its peak, they sold their share of it, which caused the stock prices to go way down and caused everyone that bought it to lose the money. But they made the money. And also the thing with that was that there's this really famous, they were like live streaming it when it was happening or something, and she pops onto this live stream and goes, "Hey Zach, don't want to interrupt you, but I'm feeling pretty tired, so I think I'm gonna go to bed. All right, see you later." And then signed off. What? And everybody's like, that's what she does after like defrauding so many people of so much money. But also, the people that bought the fucking coin had it coming.
Yeah.
Who's investing in Hawk Tuah coin? It's like a risk analysis. You're investing in a Bitcoin that is made by a woman who is stretching her 15 minutes as much as possible.
It's not in Mensa like you.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't see her at the meetings.
That took a turn I did not expect. Because I know you dislike her, and I thought you were going to say...
I'm jealous of her more than dislike her.
It's everyone who invested in her that had it coming.
All these people are like, oh, and then she took it away. Like, yeah, dude, she's
very
a
stupid.
meme. She's a literal meme.
Yeah. She got famous by accident.
Yeah.
Quit her job, got an agent, and I can't get a job?
Yeah.
Should I go find anyone doing a man on the street interview and say something about blowjobs?
Just try to get ridiculous as possible. Do like a very, like it's obviously way too similar to her. They're like, what do you think about what's happening in Israel-Palestine? No, enough about that. I think what you should be doing is giving a little spittle tittle on the dickus.
Spittle tittle?
If we brainstorm the
I think spittle tittle is, I think that rolls right off the tongue. It rhymes. I've never done drugs.
Really? What's the biggest drug you've ever done?
Weed.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing more than nothing more, nothing less?
Weed, alcohol.
We should do a Molly episode.
Where we're on Molly?
Where you're on Molly.
Well, I'm not doing it alone.
You'd be the most...
What if I start petting you? I'm like nervous. I'd be so embarrassing.
There's like things that I feel like mushrooms, I wouldn't recommend for a person like you. Because
a person like you.
I just think you're like a little too neurotic to ever be able to just sit with the feeling and enjoy it.
I agree with you.
But there are drugs like Molly or like, I mean, Molly is ecstasy pretty much, or like acid, where the chemical compound blocks the thing in our brain that doesn't have a good time. Like it's impossible to not have a good time. And I'm sure.
But would you go out dancing with me? Because I want to go dancing.
Yeah, that's the only way I would ever go out dancing with you is if I'm on Molly.
Really? Okay.
Honestly, I haven't done it in like 8 years. Like it's been a really long time. But
it's been on my to-do list.
Molly?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
I'm very curious, but sometimes I'm like,
let's
did I age out of doing drugs?
At Jumbo's Clown Room.
Podcast hosts, unreleased podcast content, die.
We should definitely do Molly and go to the Glendale Room open mic.
That sounds horrible.
Only your best friends give you sperm.
That's true.
None of mine.
Joey. Joey was top of my list. No, I get it. It's a lot to ask.
And this thing with like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you my sperm. Thank you so much for watching. Talk Petty to Me. The host Jamie.
I'm going to get back at Joey for not giving me sperm. Yeah. You'll see.
I'm going to go start wringing out my underpants. And the Hawk Tuah is like all my joy of the next year is going to come from you saying Hawk Tuah.
I feel like that's what it spelled like.
It is spelled like that, but it also makes it sound like Moe Chandon or like it's fancy.
Yeah.